Hydration first. Very important. Hey folks, welcome back to the You Want Pizzazz channel. I know it's been a while since you've seen my face, so enjoy it while you have it. Today, we're going to be talking about productivity hacks for editors. This is going to make you more organized, faster, and just overall more professional. So if that all sounds good to you, keep listening. The first thing and the most important thing in my mind is to label your folders. So when you first start a project, you need to create 5 or 6 separate main folders. So the ones I like to go with are project, footage, graphics, audios, exports, and then a miscellaneous folder. These are your 5 to 6 main folders that you can just funnel everything in as you get it. You might even decide to be a little more specific, so you can dive into the folders and you can separate the footage by types of footage like interview, B-roll, drone, or in graphics, you might want to separate lower thirds from titles. Whatever works best for your workflow is how you want to set it up, but you want to keep it the same pretty much every time. This system will translate into your project itself, into Premiere Pro, because similarly to your Finder window, you can make bins, which are like folders. The cool thing is that you can actually drag organized folders into your Premiere Pro project. So if you have it already organized in your Finder window, you can drag it right in and it'll stay exactly the same. I like to keep it organized similarly to how I organize it outside my project file, just so I know where everything is. If you're an editor who works from home, you're going to be downloading a lot of footage. So I've got a little hack for you because I know that oftentimes it'll download right into your downloads bin and then you'll have to transfer it over to your desired folder or your desired hard drive. You don't have to do that anymore because you can actually set your download location in most browsers. If you go into Chrome, you can actually set your downloads location to whatever you want. When I'm downloading footage, I like to just download it directly into my folder, just so there's no transferring, no wasted time, and you know that everything you need is in that folder. Give your files proper names. I mean it, folks. Don't just name it, picture 1 or picture 57, because when you're gonna try to find picture 57, you're not gonna be a happy person, okay? You're not gonna be able to find it and you're gonna be tearing your hair out. So just take the time when you download things to just name them properly or name them something that you are going to remember. And this pairs really well with the search function in Premiere Pro. This is often what I do when I'm dealing with a lot of bins and I'm not sure where everything is. I find that searching things is the fastest way to just get your file and drag it onto that timeline. While we're still talking about naming things properly, I want you to name your exports properly, or just have some sort of system that will help you out in the future. The naming convention I like to use is name of project, maybe name of client, date, and then the version number. Now, this might vary depending on the project or depending on what the client's preferences are, but just get yourself a nice little system because it'll just make you seem organized and it'll make you seem like you know what you're doing. Have you ever been in a situation where the client is like, oh, remember version 1 of that edit? I really like version 1. Can you please go back to that? If you don't make new sequences per version, you're screwed, right? You're gonna have to recreate that edit. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. And I find that happens a lot more than you think. So always make a new sequence per version and keep it saved because you never know. So just keep everything. Now let's talk about cache files. Oftentimes, I like to clear my cache files before I open up a project, give it a fresh little start. It's also helpful, when something's not working right in Premiere Pro, you close the program, you delete the cache files, you get back in there. So I like to put my cache files in a place that is easily accessible for me in the sidebar of my Finder window. So you can easily just set your cache location in your preferences in Premiere Pro, and then just drag that folder into your sidebar so that every time you need to delete your cache files, it's just easily accessible. I use this sidebar all the time to just put important folders within clickable reach. Let's say that you're always going to a certain folder like your footage folder or your graphics folder, then just put that right in the sidebar because then you don't have to go searching for it every time. It's about working smarter, not harder. I love using markers. so much. I use it all the time as an organizational tool. If I'm going through an interview, I'll just make little markers to kind of remind myself of certain points. Sometimes I use it when I'm implementing feedback. I'll just put markers in certain places so that I know to just go back later and swap something out. All you have to do is hit M on your keyboard to create a marker, and away you go. Okay, folks, let's talk about Autosave. So Autosave is so important because no matter how amazing your computer is, sometimes Premiere Pro just crashes and you lose things, and it's heartbreaking. But there is a way to minimize that impact because you can actually go into your autosave preferences and you can increase the number of saves it does in a shorter period of time. I think that it's preset to save every 15 minutes, but I like to have it set for every 5 minutes so that if for some reason Premiere Pro crashes, I only lose 5 minutes of work. So you might want to consider doing that for yourself because you might save your butt. My final tip is another butt saving technique. I like to upload my project files to Google Drive after every edit after I've signed off for the day, just as a safety measure. Because what if your hard drive explodes? It's happened to me and it's terrible, okay? And oftentimes we make backups of footage. We're always like, yes, we need to have 2 hard drive backups of the footage, which is great. But if you don't have the project file, then your whole edit is gone. If for some reason you lose everything, you'll at least have your project file and you'll be able to kind of backtrack and resync things from there because it'll tell you exactly what you're missing. Well, that was everything I had to say today. I hope you found these tips helpful. Also, I'd love to hear in the comments below what is your best organizational tip as an editor. Sharing is caring, so please let us all know. I hope you have a fantastic day, folks, and I will see you in the next one.